The officer said, "Sir, is it like in disbelief?" Even he was thrown off. Like, is this not your number? Like, I don't know how it happened, where it happened, what said, who said it, or whatever. Her and her husband got into an argument. The cop blew the whole spot up. Like, you called and said. Hey guys, welcome back. We're jumping straight into the story time. It's been long enough, so let's just boom. There's a lot going on, many pieces and parts to this story. I also want to let you know I do only have permission to tell the story from one party, and it's enough because it was about the party, and I feel like it is what it is. And because I was on a phone, it doesn't involve me, so it's not technically my story, but the disbelief that I have, it's like I gotta share this with y'all because y'all gotta be careful out here. It's crazy. So boom, where do I start? It's probably gonna be broken up, or I'm tell this in different parts of the day, whatever the case, because who knows. The story got to do with my cousin and her husband. All right, once again, I'm not here, I should stay out of the people quarrels them, but it was so crazy that what is happening right now. Man, that's the best I could do with this camera situation. I don't know how it happened, where it happened, what said, who said it, or whatever. Her and her husband got into an argument, right? This is it, and like I feel like it escalated so quickly. So I don't know if it started before I got on the phone. That's not my business. All I know is that we were on the phone, whatever. Pause the story. Background of the husband, Papacito. You know you the homie, but I just want to tell you, you be wilding. So like, he's king petty. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of it that's petty. So it is what it is. And I get it because, you know, women, we be petty too. But whatever. He would do things like, and this is just a prime example. We used to call his house the movie theaters. Like, yo, you in the movie theaters? Because no lie, 75-inch TV used to be on volume 88 every day, all day. And I don't know if it was only when she was on the phone or what, but as soon as she walked in the house, you already knew, because the TV was surround sound, extra automatic, just loud. Like, clearly he was doing it on purpose. That's my long story short. It was done on purpose. Like, he would be doing like little stuff, and that's just in the time that I knew on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, just little stuff, like, you know, just try to be the big person. Just let it go, no, whatever. And you know, sometimes it would get to her, like any person. You're antagonizing somebody. Come on, anybody's gonna snap, right? So boom, get back to this day. So I'm not gonna say like petty, like you did something, I'm gonna do it back. No. He just would do things. Yeah, it's still see, because you know what? There's a difference between somebody being tit for tat petty. Well, I guess petty is petty, but there's a difference, because it's the people who every time I gotta do it back. Like, those kind of scare me, because it's like, at what point are we gonna take it easy? I happen to call my cousin and I'm like, hey, it's on regular conversation, just whatever. In that moment, I realized, like, oh snap, they riff-raffing, you know. So I'm trying to mind my business or whatnot, or whatever. But you know, it's an argument. It's getting, and let me tell you how I am. My name is Bennett. I have said it so many times in the story. If I listen, I don't want to be in nobody's business. I'm minding my business on purpose. When you go seeking for people's business, you end up in situations. I am minding my business on purpose. So, and she be irritated with me, like, here we go. Like, I get it, but it's like in any situation, like if it's a private matter, that's me, and that's not nothing. That's just how I am in general. So I realized they get into an argument, like, oh, this is getting like husband and wife deep. Like, he yelling, I can't really hear what he's saying, but then she's yelling, and I'm trying to so I'm really not trying to, I'm over here saying I'm trying to understand. I'm really not trying to understand, but when I realize, okay, this is a quarrel, they're back and forth in it, I try to exit stage left. So I'm like, look, I'm telling her, I'm like, all right, call me back, or I'll call you back, you know, hang up with her. She not paying me no mind for real, because she fighting her argument, you know what I mean? I'm sure at the moment it probably, well, I don't know, I can't determine what's deep or what's that serious or what's not, because like I said, I really wasn't trying to be nosy, but it's just the fact that I got caught in a court fire of, oh shoot, they arguing for real. Mind you, they are in person. They are with like in the same house or in the same, I think they were definitely home in the same house. So now me exiting stage left, you know, it's a little wow. It's like cool 15, 20 minutes, 10 maybe. Listen, in that type of situation, 5 minutes feels like 5 hours. So the little minutes I was just waiting for her to call me back or I was gonna call her back, it took forever. No news is good news, but when it's too quiet, so what do? I pick up the phone and I call her back because you all right over there? Like, you all right? So she like, yeah, I'm all right, whatever, you know, the downings of the argument, like a downings of the, we're done, right? Now, it did sound like it was getting like aggressively loud, but they're both loud. I'm about to say, are they both aggressively loud? They're both loud. So when they want to be, you know what I mean? It didn't matter how, whatever the case, as long as it wasn't physical, whatever. I'm here to say it was not physical. Now, I did. The little time that I got off, me about 5, 10, 15 minutes, ain't no way it got physical, just off the state of how, when I called back, how calmer, like, it just got, like, it wasn't too, and if, listen, one is Jamaican, and one is louder than I don't know what. If it got physical, that 10 to 15 minutes, it has still been physical. It has still been going on, because she not letting up, and he not letting up. You get it? So this is why I could say, like, okay. It really wasn't physical. I'm on the phone with her. I'm not even on the phone with her more than like 12, 15, 10 minutes. Not even. Next thing you know, shall I leave this as a quick finger? I'll come back. I was gonna violate, but y'all waited 80 days for the story anyway. So we just gonna bust it out. Hey guys. Finally pick up the phone. I'll call her back. We're on the phone for like not even 10 to 15 minutes. Next thing you know, I hear I could bang on the desk, but it's still 5 o'clock. A lot of people still here, so I don't want to do too much. But it was so crazy. Next thing you know, I hear pop, 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 pop. Who knocks like that? Who knocks like that? Besides 12. Who knocks like that? Pop, pop, pop. Going ham. So let me hear you because it's the highlight of the whole story, and then I'm done because, like I said, at the end of this, I was truly, honestly, specifically lost for words. None. So I'm like, what the hell? So even she's stuck like, what the hell? Pop, 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 pop. Banging on the door like, I wish I could imitate the knocks right now because it was so vivid in my head that it scared me through the phone, bro. I was like, whoa, what the hell? It's the them. It's the boys. It's the popo. They're blowing down. Pop, 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 trying to open the door. So y'all know, if one cop comes to the door, well, you know they travel in twos, so if 2 cops come to the door and nobody opens the door, you thought they was going away? Like, especially if they're coming because they were alerted that somebody's in danger. You thought they were going away? Okay, cool. We on the phone, more knocks. They're about to bust down the door. Pop, 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 pop. Open up. Open up. It's the... So mind you, this is... My cousin's not answering the door. Because at the end of the day, this is his spot. So she's not answering the door. Like, if it go... Like she's not. This ain't my spot to open the door. And clearly, they're here, whatever. So she's just chilling. She's like, I don't know if they hear that. So mind you, I'm on the phone and I'm like, y'all, somebody got to answer the phone. Like, put me on speaker. Tell him that somebody has something. One of y'all have to answer the door. They're going to bust the door down. They're going to, mind you, I'm just saying they're going to bust the door down because of how hard they were knocking. And then you could tell that more of them was coming. It was more and more, like it was getting more. It was more of them kept coming. They're yelling through the door. They're trying to tell, and he's not answering. She's not answering. Nobody's answering. But then pause the story, and this is why I was baffled because I remember this like it was yesterday. I hear him. I'm on the phone with my cousin, so I hear husband in the back, Papacito, her Papacito. Well, not her Papacito. Her. I don't want to say no names, but I hear him in the back yelling at them. All I'm saying is y'all better not knock my door down. Nobody better not. I'm telling you now. Nobody better not knock a door. Don't knock. Y'all keep knocking. I don't want to answer. So they're yelling, trying to communicate that we're coming to make sure everything is okay, like whatever. Now, mind you, in the back of my head, or you hearing the story, you might think, oh, they were arguing because they're both loud. and that somebody called because they were concerned that maybe something was going on in the apartment. No. So they're outside bugging out because they're trying to get in. They're not hearing nothing that nobody in there is saying because they're trying to get in. They're trying to get in. So after a long, I'm telling her, I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to reason with her, but I get what she's saying. I'm not answering though, because I ain't going on, man. This ain't I ain't answering nothing. So that's really what she was saying. I don't care what you talking about. Mind you, I'm on the phone like, y'all, somebody got to answer the door, y'all. It's getting crazy and it's not gonna stop. Like one of y'all, somebody gotta just go out there and see what they talking about, or at least let them in or something. It's not like nothing crazy going on inside for real. Everything by now had died down. So now the question is, why are they there? Because it could have been because somebody called because they was concerned about the people inside, right? Because at this time, two of her daughters was there, the oldest one and the youngest one. So the oldest one is 18. Cool. The youngest one, she's like, my God, her and my godson, they're seeing me 11. Anyway, they're old enough to know, but it's still maybe maybe somebody thought somebody was in danger in high school. Not me saying danger about mystical and then singing 50 Cent Wankster. You say you were Wankster. What song was it? I don't know. You could not mix up Wankster. Okay, because I'm still a 50 Cent diehard fan when it comes to the rap. I'm just... Is it just me? I still be bumping G-Unit. Okay, sorry. I'm telling her, like, listen, when y'all gotta open the door, y'all wildin'. Like, come on. Somebody gotta open the door. If you don't, it's not gonna stop. It's just gonna be more and more. Long story short, I don't know who opened the door. I'm sure it was him because this is his spot, and she was stuck on, I'm not opening nobody's door. Whatever. Mind you, she's just sitting there. I'm on the phone. She's like, listen, I don't know. Mind you, she on the phone. I don't know what's going on, whatever. So he finally gets up on the door. Mind you, this is her. Mind you, I'm not there. That's her highlight there. I was not there. She like, yeah, girl, I don't know what's going on, whatever. So now they coming in. But somebody opened the door. The door's almost kicked down, bust down, but he opened the door. Goes get the door, opens them, and you know they gotta swarm in. And one thing I know, and I know this by firsthand, if the police come to your home and for whatever reason, there is no closing the door. Like if it's something where, like, I don't know the code or what's the name, but if it's more than, and they're coming for like a search, or they're coming to make sure everybody's okay or something happened, there is no closing the door. That door must stay open so that all of the other officers or whatever, everybody know everybody's okay when the door is closed or whatever, or through the threshold. There is no closing the door. So I could just imagine door wide open, all these people, officers walking in, coming in to make sure everybody's okay because whatever. So he's going off. Because it's the highlight. He's going off. Y'all sitting here trying to bust down the door. Da, 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 da. So he's like, look, we got called to come. Like, we didn't just come. You know, we from New York. So you get aggressive with the boys, they gonna get aggressive with you back. Because what's happening? And you gotta have a certain level of toughness to be from New York. Because the conversations that you see some people have with 12, it's like, he ain't say that. And when you're not from here, you don't get it unless you get it. Just not saying that's okay. But he's flipping on the opposite side. What are y'all saying here? Y'all saying here about to bust the door down? Like, what's the reason? He's going off. So, mind you, I don't know the officer, I don't know what he looked like, but he sounded like he looked like some big swole one. Whatever the case, he had to have been like because he sounded like he had authority. Like, he had authority to talk and say what he wanted to say and be okay. You feel me? Like, he didn't give me, officer, I'm just trying to figure out. No, mind you, I also wasn't there, so I don't know. But he's like, so after the husband is going over about them about to break the door, them being so many, them coming in, making all this, all this, whatever. So the officer, you could tell he just was sitting there waiting until he finished. He was waiting until he finished going off on him for coming to make sure everything was okay. So he's like, sir, with disgust. He's like, sir, what? Sir, we came because somebody called us here. So he's still trying to say, whatever the case. Now, mind you, the officers come. They don't, obviously nobody there is in immediate harm or threatened or whatever the case. So they acknowledge my cousin, whatever. Mind you, she's just sitting here with the kids. She's just sitting there on the phone like, girl, I don't know what's going on. Listen, I don't know. Mind you, like, just talking me through whatever the whole, and I'm like, just relax, just stay. She's like, hey, ain't nothing to get crazy about. I'm cool. Like, You ain't for real worried about them if you ain't do nothing for real. Let's just be for real. Nobody's worried about whatever. So the cop is trying to keep cool, but then the cop fake snaps because he's like, sir, we were called here. Somebody called us here. We were called here. So he was like, I don't know who. Ain't nobody effing called y'all. You're coming in here all crazy. Going off on the officers. Mind you, I'm on the phone. Pete, what I hear the officer say, which had me so baffled, like, you got it, bro. Because anybody that would allow you to get swept up in your delusion, you got it. So he's like, we were called here, sir. And he's like, you were called here? Who called? Like, acting like he didn't know who called him. The officer got so mad. Mind you, this was on the phone. I hear the whole thing. The officer like, sir. I wish I had a paper. Mind you, I'm getting this graphic with it because I was there. Not really, but really. Homie was like, sir, you had the paper reference? Is this not your number? You called it. This is not your number. Show the paper. Did you just get angry at them for coming to save your life after you called them? Pause the story. You called them and said you was getting chopped up to little bitty pieces and that your wife was about to chop you up and cut you up. And you called them because you thought they was going to come in full throttle, lock up and go. You called them. I just feel like we get to a certain point. You call them on me. Mind you, I don't even be doing nothing for you to be calling. But if you do, just know that was the last time we ever gonna have a face to face. But then again, that's husband and wife, so that's a different thing. But it's just a matter of. And then I also gotta remember, this is not your story time. Okay? Okay. Sir, is this not your number? The officer said, sir, is it like in disbelief? Even he was thrown off. Like, is this not your number? Like, we called this number, called and said they were getting, the cop blew the whole spot up. Like, you called and said you were, like, did you not, is this not your number? Like, we came for you. I know my story took a lot, but do you understand? You called them and then pretended like you didn't call them, acting like you were just as confused as I was that they were there, but you called them because you said you were getting hurt. So of course they came full throttle like that. Come on. And it just make you think, whatever. It definitely had her baffled too, because all the years the boys did come, or have to come, the police did have to come. And I'm sure one day we'll have a story time and talk about this and have like a real chat about the ins and out and whatever the case, because I am, whatever. But there's been a lot of cases with them having to be called because of threats that and craziness, and there was never no understanding on how and why they were there, or how and why and who. And she was thinking other neighbors were calling. It was you. It was you. Yeah. But they say sleeping with the enemy, honey, because that's very scary. Like, it was you. Why you ain't just tell me to get out? This is why I can't get in the middle of people courtroom, because maybe you did. I don't know. But that's not the way you do it, baby. You don't do it like that. All right.